Welcome, everybody, to another week with the Dora Papoutsakis show. I'm here with my three boys, all three at the same time. How lucky am I, the princess of the West Coast here. With me is Nico, George, and Angelo, here to welcome you to our special week, our Easter week. You guys excited? Christos Anesti.
Alithos.
It's
I don't know.
crazy.
It's like they just, Dora, they just opened up things in LA, and we were talking about they're going to have. I am excited about Easter. It's always the best time of the year. But I heard they're doing drive-through Christos Anesti this year in Canada.
They're doing drive-through for us.
So you're going to pull up. You're going to be. I'll take a tsureki. I'll take triavra. I'll take some kuluria. Give me a anafos and a Christos Anesti.
Poskatadisame. Nico, Nico is always ahead of his time. He's always got these ideas and he needs to patent them, because a couple of years ago you said something to Father Costa. Do you remember, Nico?
I did, because on Thursday you go in the morning and you get Holy Communion. I said, you know what, and you would go before you go to work. I said, make it easy, just do a drive-through. And he actually laughed, but I was serious.
Just stick the spoon out the back window. Let the people stay in their car. Why leave?
Nico, that's how they're doing it now because of COVID in Canada. You can't. You're right. It is drive-through now.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I mean, we're making a comparison to fast food, but it's not fast food. The reality is there's no other way to do it. And,
that's right.
And I think that's for us. I mean, but I think we're more excited as Greeks. This is the holiday we're more excited about, I think, than any other holiday.
You wait for this, and you have to wait a whole month after the Catholics.
Right. Well, that's a rehearsal, right, Dora? So they do the rehearsal one. Don't get me going about that, by the way, because everybody's coming up to me. We already had Easter. I go, no, you had your Easter, the real Easter, the Greek Orthodox Easter is your lucky day to be Greek Orthodox Easter is after full moon after Passover. Ask the Jews, they'll verify it for us. So they go like that. So I get into it here. They're like, oh, we already had Easter. I go, no, we didn't. He goes, it's the same thing. If it was the same thing, it'd be on the same day. And
Exactly.
that's where the Greek comes out of us.
Get with the times.
And how many people do you run into the day after Catholic Easter at the Walmart or Shoppers to get that 50% off chocolates?
Yeah,
that's right.
And then Dora's like, I'm not here for the chocolate. I'm here to pick up some Tylenols from.
No, this year was embarrassing, because I'm sitting in the Walmart and literally I have a cart. My kids didn't want to know me, and it's like overflowing at the chocolate aisle. So I had to be like, anybody that came next to me, they look in my cart. I was like, it's Orthodox Easter in 2 weeks. I felt like I had to explain. I had this overflowing cart of 50% off chocolate.
Nice. I think for us, we bought a whole bunch of chocolate rabbits, the small size, the Lind ones, for Nico's school. So he's dropping them off tomorrow at his school.
Nice.
You know what I miss the most about Easter is the Good Friday, walking around the church with the epitafio.
That's nice.
Maybe we'll do it by ourselves this year, Dora, just down the street.
Just you and I around the block.
Around the block. Nico, that's George in Montreal. They don't walk around the church. They walk around for about 3 miles. They just close all the streets down and park X at St. George's, right, George? If you go to Montreal, they're like, no, they got the cops on the streets, helicopters, SWAT. We're doing this all the way around in Montreal. They close all the streets down.
And there's 2 churches about a block away from each other. So what they all do is they make this long procession, and then they come and they meet halfway between each other, and then they go back to each other's churches.
Yeah, that's nice.
Let's talk about our experiences coming from different places or living in different places. I know you two are from Montreal. Obviously, Nico and I are from Vancouver. We've experienced also some Easters in Toronto, which I find very different from here. And Ange, you've done LA. Oh, and Nico, you've done Crete.
Yeah, was to be quick. In Crete, it was the weirdest thing. On Thursday before Easter, they would build this like scarecrow, the statues. They would fill them up with hay, I said, what are they doing? They were making Judas, because they were going to burn Judas on Saturday night.
They burn him. They light Judas on
They
fire.
burn him with fire and fireworks.
These cretins are crazy.
Judas. He didn't shut his mouth. That's why. That's what happens to you.
Exactly.
Exactly. Oh my God. So funny.
I have two memories to share, and I'm not sure if I shared it to you before. Growing up in Montreal, you know, your passage is you always have to wear protective gear on your head for Anastasy because you're going to get burned. The fireworks, it's not Chios, but the amount of fireworks that are being thrown around, the smell of fireworks and burnt hair always brings me back to Montreal for Anastasy. And my second memory of Easter, highlight of Easter, was I spent once from Megali Pempti until Easter Monday in Constantinople with the Patriarch. It was fantastic. We were there on the AHEPA trip, and it was absolutely incredible. You know, I did enjoy the earlier part of the week in Greece, but you're still having a great time and just experiencing. And the great thing was, we were in the church, and because we were part of the AHEPA delegation, we were sitting on the Stasidia on the sides, right? And so my whole family is watching the Anastasy services or the Good Friday services on ERT in Montreal, and they see me on TV. They're like, "Look, it's George."
There's George. I think I remember that from last year. We're gonna be replaying last year's show because there's just so many great interviews and memories on that show. And I do remember you talking about that, George. That's really cool. But yeah, I mean, we've done. We'll talk about Vancouver in a minute, but we've done also Easter in Toronto, and I found it really interesting on a couple of levels. First of all, the fireworks were insane. George Papoutsakis, in charge of that, he's done it for years at that particular church, St. John's, Nico, I can't remember.
Yeah, I think St. John's.
Goes crazy on the fireworks. But there's a couple of things I found a little bit odd, because I think in Vancouver and probably in LA, we're a little bit shishi. We're a little bit shishi Greeks over here. So here in Vancouver, you go and you buy your labada for $5, and it comes with this really nice plastic cup, right? So you're not burning your hands and whatnot. When we went to Toronto, we got our labada. There was no cup. And then I noticed that people were bringing Tim Hortons coffee cups with them, and they put a hole at the bottom of the cup. And I'm like, where's the plastic cup? I just paid $5 for this labada, and I have to bring my own Tim Hortons cup with me. Like, what the hell's going on?
This Anastasy brought to you by Tim Hortons. Part of your life.
Exactly. I thought it was hilarious, but it was fun.
And in honor of Greek Easter, get a small coffee and any croissant for $1.99. Christos Anesti.
Christos Anesti.
We'll throw in some cocoretti.
Oh my gosh. But you know what? I think that in Vancouver, although small, it really has a feeling of community, because I mean, I didn't know a lot of people in Toronto, but I just felt like when there's so many people, whereas in Vancouver, it's like a complete social gathering because you know everybody and you're seeing your cousins and your friends that you haven't seen in a couple of months. And
it's also cool. It's also good. It's also good to go to church and see what the latest fashions are. I actually see what the spring summer line is, and I know the colors and the themes and the materials. It's actually a really cool thing.
I'll disagree with you, Nico, because usually what everybody's wearing is black.
Well, I personally like that women aren't allowed to wear pants to church, but you can come in the shortest miniskirt possible and lean over to the epitafio and have a kiss while the entire congregation is watching.
There's nothing wrong with that
too. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think pants. No, shouldn't be wearing pants.
Just miniskirts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey. And I remember when you go down to the epitafio, don't the kids crawl underneath the epitafio?
Yes.
And yes. I would always say to Katerina, dare me. A 40-year-old man.
40-year-old man crawl under the epitafio. How about in LA, Ange? Tell us about Shishi, LA Anastasy.
LA. Well, look, it's midnight mass is always nice at St. Sophia's, where I go, the Hollywood church.
Yes.
I don't get to hang out with the patriarch like our friend Vasilis here. But,
you just get Tom Hanks.
I get to hang out with. No, the truth is that they do a beautiful. Father John does a beautiful midnight mass at Saint Sophia's, and it's nice because my wife's into it, and then my daughter loves it too. And whenever I'm in town, which I'll be this year, well, now we've opened up here. Unlike Canada, that's a different show. But now California, and then but we're not doing the picnic. So instead of getting together for Pascha, what they do is on Easter Sunday, they do a huge picnic at the Rose Bowl, and it's like a big picnic, and it's a real lovely Greek Orthodox picnic. You have all these kiosks with Armenians, Mexicans, and Koreans serving Greek food to Greeks. So it's really in the spirit of Hellenism. I swear to God, you go there, there's no Greeks working the booths.
Oh my God.
And you know what's funny? I did a joke and I go, it's like, hold on, take a look around. Am I lying? It's funny because when you point out something that's true, the Greeks are there collecting the cash, but they're not doing anything else. All of them.
It's been fun, you guys. It's been fun. I wish we were together at Easter. Unfortunately, I mean, we're all separated. Even Nico and I. No, just joking, honey.
Why are you laughing?
I hope
Nico,
everybody.
It's a lucky day, Nico, to marry a Greek Orthodox girl.
Exactly.
Hey, Nico,
and I cannot wish for two better people to share my wife with.
Popo, Dorothy Vivroma. That's it.
You're gonna get mail now.
That's it. Dorothy Vivroma. Listen, Ange, you don't know, but I already have a reputation in the Greek community. It's just not good. I'll tell you my church story. I went to church one day. It wasn't Pascha. It was just a beautiful, early summer day. I had this dress that I actually wore in LA when I was there, and I took my godson to church. So,
right.
It's a little, kind of like a little spaghetti strap, kind of like what I'm wearing today, right? And I grew up in the church. Like, my mom was super religious, so I didn't think anything of it. She never told me spaghetti straps aren't appropriate. I don't know, right? So I wear my little dress, so excited, beautiful day. This yaya pulls me to the side in the hall, and she kind of, good on her, because she gave me the sandwich, right? She gave me the good news, the bad news, and then the good news again. So she starts with, "You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Thank you. You're too provocative in church, and you're tempting all the men with the dress that you're wearing." I'm like, what the fuck? And then she's like, "But you're so beautiful." I'm like,
so hence,
what the hell?
I asked her out that day too. After I started bend over and kiss the epitafio, she was mine.
Needless to say, Father Costa was still here, and I told him the story, and we all had a really good laugh. But yeah, so don't start these rumors, guys, because it's already out there in the Greek community of Vancouver. That super provocative Dora.
How many years ago was this?
This was about I would say 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, I was at least 40, because I remember saying to her, who the hell am I tempting? It's not like I'm 20 walking around the church. I'm dragging.
Dora, you're a hot chick, and we are talking about a Greek church.
Thanks, Ange.
You guys get tempted at Jack in the Box getting a burger. What are you talking about?
Oh my God, I'm dying. Okay, still got it, right, guys?
Still got it, man.
Oh man. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being with us today to introduce our show to our listeners. I wish you all an amazing Easter. I want each of you to give a well wish to our listeners for Pascha.
Well, Kalo Pascha, Kali Anastasi, and happy Easter to everybody. Me poli agapi.
Yeah. Christos Anesti, Kronia Pola to everybody, and hopefully next year we're all together in person and not over Zoom or Skype or whatever.
Amin. Και από μένα, Χριστός Ανέστη, και του χρόνου με υγεία. For myself, that brings truer this year. So health to everyone, and like Nico said, together next year, and hopefully we can have a party or a picnic and rival LA.
I'm going to Rose Bowl next year.
Me
Corona
too.
and lamb, baby. Corona and lamb.
Oh, and don't forget, guys, Tim Hortons slice of tsureki and a small metrio, $1.99.
Yeah, your candle holder. Yeah.
Tsureki canametrio, $1.99 at Tim Hortons.
Crispas and Nesty, everybody, no matter where you're listening from. Enjoy the show.
Δεν υπάρχω, η καρδιά μου είσαι εσύ. Τόσο σ' αγαπάω τόσο και έχω τόσα να σου δώσω που δεν έχεις φανταστεί. Αν μια μέρα ξημερώσει και δεν σε έχω αγκαλιά, δεν τη θέλω τη ζωή μου. Αν δεν είσαι εσύ μαζί μου δεν πετάω χωρίς τερά. Αδύναμη